Hi friends, David McLeod here, founder of The Magic of I Am and creator of the Daily Affirmation program. Thank you for joining me today. Worthiness is one of the biggest challenges that most people seem to face. As we live our lives, we seem to build up a whole list of reasons about why we're not good enough, smart enough, successful enough, sexy enough. The list just goes on and on. We make mistakes and get outcomes we didn't expect. But we erroneously assume that the disagreeable outcome is what we really deserve, and so we stop trying new things because we're certain that no matter what we do, we'll continue to get outcomes we don't really want because, after all, that is what we deserve. It's a vicious and self-destructive cycle that is perpetrated by the rationalizing nature of our ego mind. This entity in our heads, the ego mind, recognizing that there is emotional pain in failure, convinces us to avoid that pain in the future by simply not trying today. Because it rationalizes, failure is inevitable. And this is where we get sucked in. The ego mind is so good at rationalizing through its amazing power of logic and reasoning that it can convince us of pretty much anything. And so we end up piling shame after shame upon ourselves in the process, proving to ourselves that we simply don't deserve to have anything. We don't deserve happiness. We don't deserve wonderful, loving, spiritual relationships. We don't deserve freedom. Well, I could go on, but I'm sure you get the picture. But you know, this thinking is dead wrong. Yes, it may be true that you made mistakes and suffered some consequences as a result. And yes, it may be true that some things are more dangerous than others. It may even be true that some of the things you'd like to try could threaten your life or the lives of others. But that doesn't mean that failure is inevitable. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve something that you truly want in your life. The fact is, you are inherently worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of joy. You are worthy of whatever your heart truly desires. And you know what? Worthiness has no prerequisites either. No matter what story your ego mind makes up, you don't have to wait until you've accomplished some objective before you can have something that you want. You don't have to lose weight before you can be worthy. You don't have to be the CEO of that company before you can be worthy. You don't have to make your first million before you can be worthy. All of these are illusory constructs of the ego mind that actually distract you from your inherent worthy nature. This week I'm going to invite you to watch for mind chatter that takes the form of, if only I could fill in the blank, then maybe I'd fill in the blank. When you catch one of these things happening in your mind, pause and smile. Feel a sense of gratitude for noticing this thought, and then just say to yourself, I am worthy. I am unconditionally worthy, now and always. Say that a few times. And have a beautiful and fulfilling week. May you bask in your own inherent worthiness.